Natalie here. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. I am a first-year nursing student working on my ADN, and today I'm going to talk about the 10 things that I wish I did before I started nursing school. I do have my notes here with me, so I'm going to look down occasionally to see what my bullet points are so that I can keep on track. But if this sounds like something that interests you, feel free to stick around to the end of the video. Subscribe if you are so inclined. I'm also totally open to some conversation in the comments. So whatever you want to do, that would be great with me. So first thing I wish I would have done prior to starting nursing school would be to take more classes. I have been in and out of college since I left high school, so I've taken a lot of college classes, but I didn't take the right college classes that pertained to nursing school. So for me, I didn't have, my anatomy expired before I started this program, and I never took chemistry or microbiology, so I had to take those, or have to take those in this program. I am currently almost finished. I have microbiology this next term coming up, but I would have been a whole lot less stressed had I not had to take them in the beginning, because I would have already taken them before. I do wish I had taken a lot more classes. I wish I would have kept up with my education. I wish I would have done a little bit more prep work prior to starting this. Mostly because those classes outside of a nursing program have completely different grading scales and completely different methods than they do in nursing school. And I think that it would have brought my stress level down immensely. And I would have had a lot more options should I have chosen a different school. I'm glad I chose the school that I did, but I would have liked to have chosen that for myself and not had to choose a specific one based on my quote-unquote time crunch. So take lots of classes, get those classes done with, get them done, bust them out. I wish I would have done that. My second things, I wish I would have waited to buy a house. I do own my home. Well, I have a mortgage on my home, so I don't, the bank technically owns it. I did buy a house. I was fully content at the time to just stay where I was and never do anything different. I had been thinking about nursing school, but it seemed so far off. And I was so excited to buy my first house that I didn't really think about what could be done in the future. Had I not purchased my home, I could have moved back in with my parents for a short period of time while I went to nursing school and saved a ton of money in the process. But I unfortunately did not do such a thing. I bought my house. I've been in my house for 3 years. 3 years. And I am stuck here. I also live over 60 miles away from my school, so it is an hour commute both ways, or one way, to get there. So it's about an hour and a half to get there and an hour and a half to get home. So I spend 3 hours in the car on school days just commuting. And had I not purchased a home, I would have had a few more options. So I would have had a lot more options when it came to moving or being close to the school or being closer to my work and not being so far out and far away. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that now. Now, I don't want to sell my home. I'm very happy here. And in many ways, I'm very glad I have my own home. And it is my home. But I wish I would have held off and waited until I knew where I was going to be before I bought it. But unfortunately, I was in a hurry to have a home before 30. And I feel that that's a very stupid reason to want to buy a house. Which brings me to my third wish. I wish I would have organized my finances a little bit better. I wish in those last couple of months at work, I would have worked really hard to save as much money as possible, pay off as much debt as possible. But alas, I went into nursing school with debt and without a job and working on student loans. So I wish I would have organized my finances where I could pay monthly and not have as much debt built up in student loans, but alas, here we are. So I really wish I would have organized my finances a little bit better. Number 4, I wish I would have watched more nursing school videos. All of the advice and everything that comes up in these videos, I watched a lot of them, but I've missed so much when it comes to what I wish I knew, what I wish I did, what I would never do again. I wish I would have done a little bit more research. And by that, by listening to more people who are actively going through it. If it were up to me to go back in time and do that again, I would extend my playlist of videos and I would take extensive notes on everything that you need to know prior to starting nursing school, because as many of them as I watched, there's that many more plus that had even more good information that I could have used. But now here I am in the thick of it, going through it. Watch those videos, take notes, things you wish you knew, things you wish you could do better, and really pay attention to what they're saying. Number 5, I wish I would have honed in on my planning skills. I love planners. I love to write in planners. I love to put everything together and then I put that planner away and I don't look at it again. That has changed significantly in nursing school. I use my planner every single day, and I wish that I would have taken the time to practice and really work on sticking to my different planning goals, and sticking to a schedule, whether it be a block schedule or an hour by hour schedule, and really honed in on that skill, because that's what it is. It is a skill. And that's one thing I would really suggest you learn very quickly. Get a planner and carry it everywhere. Look at it multiple times a day. See what you have. Use your time wisely. Mark your time wisely. And when you say that you're going to do something in a certain time frame, do it. So if you're going to study from 10 to 2, make 10 to 2 your study time. If you're going to have leisure time, have your leisure time. But use your planner. Use your planner, because I can tell you that in this week alone, there were 3 assignments that my professor brought up that, these students haven't completed it yet. And I was on that list of students because I didn't have it in my planner, and I knew better. I know better. So use your planner always and get things done ahead of time. I wish I would have practiced that habit and that skill a lot sooner, instead of just writing everything down for the sake of aesthetics and then moving on with your life and never looking at it again. Number 6, I wish I would have held off on buying so many school supplies. I bought highlighters, pens, notebooks. I bought little books that are specifically made for note taking. And I have binders, I have file organizers, I've got sticky notes, I've got page dividers, I've got school supplies for days. And I can tell you that of all the school supplies I purchased, I use a fraction of them. And I likely will never use all of them. I wish I would have worked down my list to a smaller list and got just what I needed for that term. So a couple of notebooks, a pack of pen, and a pack of highlighters. And some note cards. That's all I would have needed for that semester. But instead, I got so crazy excited that I bought everything. I even bought my stethoscope, and I don't start clinicals until May. And I bought my stethoscope last June. And I don't start them till this coming May. I could have waited an entire year before getting my stethoscope. So I guess what I'm saying is go through, look at your previous experience in college, in school, in high school. What supplies did you use the most? Get a few of those, and then if you need more, then go get more. But don't buy everything up front. You spend a lot of money for a lot of things that you might not ever use. So buy it as you need it and save yourself some money. Number seven. I wish I would have applied for scholarships. I applied for a couple and did not get them. I wish that I would have gone through and applied for every scholarship I could find. Student loans. I don't look forward to paying back my student loans. I know that there's going to be a lot of them, and anything would have helped. I am still currently looking for scholarships so that I can have some relief throughout my career. And I pay on my student loans every month while I'm in school, just a little bit every month to help reduce the interest. So apply for any scholarship you can find. Any scholarship. All the scholarships. Apply for them all. Number 8. I wish I would have held off on leaving my full-time job. I kind of got a little bit screwed on this one, actually, because my school didn't release my schedule until a week before classes started. And I was under the impression that it was full-time, and we had been told we would have to be at the school from 1 p.m. until school was over, because I was in the night cohort. I learned after the fact that this was not the case, and my full-time job, I had already left, given my notice, and I was no longer able to rescind my notice as I had completely finished my work. I could have stayed full-time for several months had I known what my schedule was going to be. And I wish that I would have held off on leaving and taken vacation days for the days I would have been in school until I had learned what my schedule was going to be. But I did not do that. And that one goes back to organizing my finances. I would have been able to save some money and be a little bit more financially stable had I held off on leaving my job. And hindsight, once again, is 2020, and there's a lot of things I wish I could have done different. And that is really one of those things that I wish I would have done. Now, at this point, I would have probably left by this point where I am today, just because I know for a fact that I would have felt overwhelmed, and I have a part-time job that I can fall back on right at the moment. It's very, very part-time, so I do not make a lot of money, but up until this point, I would have been better off had I not left my job, is when I did. Number 9, I wish I would have spent a little bit more time on leisure time. I always feel like leisure time is so few and far between these days in nursing school, and I wish I would have gone camping more. I wish I would have gone kayaking more. I wish I would have spent more time doing self-care to really prepare myself for what was to come, because I feel like I worked myself to exhaustion, and then I went directly into nursing school. So it sucks that it also happened in the middle of a pandemic, but there were plenty of things that I could have done leisurely that would have helped bring my stress level down going into nursing school and being prepared for it, and spending some time, quality time with my parents, quality time with my friends, quality time with my sister, prior to going into this. So we did go on a vacation last September, which was great, but it was about as stressful as you can get when it comes to a vacation. So I wish I would have done a little bit more leisure stuff, like spending time at the beach, at the lake, just sitting on the beach and relaxing, or being outside more and going kayaking more and going camping more. I wish I would have done that. And finally, my last thing that I wish I would have done was start sooner. I second guessed myself. I didn't want to start sooner because I was afraid that I would change my mind. And now that I'm here, I wish I would have started 2 years ago when I first decided I wanted to go to nursing school. I wish I would have said, you know what, let's do it, and gone all in. At that point, I had taken vacations. I was at a good point in my life where I did have the leisure time, and putting everything else aside, I wish I would have started then, because at this point I would be graduating or have already graduated, and I would be working on my career, and I would probably be a lot more financially stable. But that is beside the point. Nursing school is hard. Getting everything together and living on student loans is hard. It's worth it though. It is absolutely worth it. So if you're in nursing school or you're getting ready to go into nursing school, just keep killing it. Watch tons of videos, take people's advice, and take notes, and spend time on you, and get yourself to a good place, and go for it. Don't hold back. Just go for it. Do the research you need to. I mean, don't just throw yourself into any old program just because it's there and you need to. But do your research and go forth and conquer. That's all I have for you guys today, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. If you're watching this, it is probably not out on time. I do try and do videos every Sunday and Wednesday. This week has been just a little bit crazy, so I apologize if it's late, or if you're just seeing it. Thank you for stopping by. Please leave a comment below. Tell me what you wish you would have done before nursing school, or what tips that you're looking forward to implementing. before you go to nursing school, if you haven't already started, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Bye.